Turn it on. Hello, everybody. I don't know if you guys can see me. Later, because my laptop has just like moved me to another page. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see me. Please could you send a yes, we can see you, we can hear you on the chat. I'm gonna open the chat right here on the side. Hello everyone who's in. Can y'all hear me? What time is it? 6:01. I'm gonna wait up until like 6:03, and hopefully we'll have some in. Maybe they still like trying to log in and just got home from work, you know, all those other things. So we'll give them some time, but also there's going to be a replay. So if anyone catches us in the middle, I think today is going to be quite a long one. If they catch us in the middle, it's perfectly fine. They can watch the replay, but also if they don't join at all because maybe they're working or they're going to come out late or stuck in traffic, there will be a replay available. So I'm going to pause for just 1 minute, I guess, and then come back. Okay, so I'm going to start now. I think, yeah, it's 4 minutes in. So like I said earlier, I'll just make sure that everything is available for anyone who missed the live. Please can I get some sort of a confirmation that you all can hear me, like a thumbs up or some sort of a reaction or a raise hand or something. Just don't want to go on and on and on and then no one can hear me. Can you all hear me? Can you see the screen shared? Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. Let's get into it. I'm going to remove the chat now. So welcome, oh my gosh, to our final bootcamp live. It doesn't mean this is it, like it's not done. It's just because in August I launched it as a bootcamp. This is the final live where we're going to talk about designing our dream life using God's principle. And it's so crazy that what God has been telling us has always been there. Like it's not new in the Bible now that I'm going to share everything. Well, I'm going to share just 2 verses actually that I'm going to be sharing, 3. But there's way more. There's way more. And obviously, if you're in the membership, we're going to cover more and more and more as we progress through the months and through the end of the year, approaching the end of the year, beginning of the year, when we set our vision boards and stuff, how I've achieved so much, what's the principles that I use, just all of that, basically. So today is going to be a very exciting one. Please, could everybody have a notebook? I have one and a pen. Maybe a calculator. Don't really need one, but I'll tell you why you would need one when we get there. All right. So, dream life. What is a dream life? So the first thing that you need to have is a clear vision of what does your dream life look like. A lot of us just throw numbers in the air. I want to have millions, or I want to have this much. If I had to actually say, okay, let's sit down right now and calculate how much is your actual dream life. So how much is out of the house that you want or that you own? How much is your bond? The car that you want, how much is your monthly installment? How How much do you want to have when you travel? Like, where do you want to go? And how much is a hotel there? Like, actually be very specific with what is it that you're wanting to do. And you'll come up with a figure. And then you realize that, oh my gosh, if I take this figure, let's say, for example, the figure is 50,000 and you are currently earning 20,000, you're like, okay, so all I need is 30,000 to get me where I can afford my dream life monthly. I did this when I was 5 years ago. No, not 5 years ago. Maybe 7 years ago. No, 5 years ago. I'm lying. I did this 5 years ago and I actually calculated how much is my dream life going to be. So I want you to write that down so that you can answer what does financial freedom actually mean to you, because we all have different definitions of financial freedom. We all have specific things that we want that are different from everyone. So I cannot say this is the definition of financial freedom and you should follow this exactly. We are going to go through 3 things that you should look into to achieve financial freedom, but also we have our own separate lives. But these 3 things are going to help you with whatever your specific financial freedom dream life is. So question number 1 that I want you to write in your notebook is, what does financial freedom actually mean to me? What does it mean to me? What does financial freedom mean to me? That's the first question. Question number 2 is, what is your net worth? The reason why I'm saying net worth, it's because a lot of us have confused wealth with luxury possessions like cars, bags, all of these things that you see on Instagram. That is the definition of wealth to a lot of people. But actually, you don't know if those people have borrowed this bag to take a picture, this Louis Vuitton bag, so that I can take a picture. You don't know. I've heard of a lot of influencers, social media influencers, who go to the airports and pretend like they're traveling, and then they leave. Now Woolworths is actually annoyed about all these influencers that are coming in, filling up the trolley just to create a day in the life vlog, and then they leave the trolley all filled and then they go because they're not going to actually buy it. So now they're portraying this perfect, expensive, luxury lifestyle on Instagram, but it's actually not real. So you are looking at them and you're thinking, oh, my life actually sucks. But your life could be way better than you think. So you need to find out what is your actual net worth. And that's when you'll know where you are when it comes to being wealthy. Do you have enough, or do you have less than? So we're going to calculate that today. So I want you to actually ask yourself, what is it that I own and what is it that I owe? And what do I need to work with? I don't want you to look at bags and shoes and all of that as wealth. I want you to look at your net worth and to measure your net worth every month, every year. And your goal is for your net worth to grow to whatever amount that you feel will make you feel at ease. Another question is, how much would be enough for me to retire comfortably? So I don't want you to have the exact massive figure that you need in your portfolio unless you know how to calculate, like reverse calculate. So how do you reverse calculate? Is to take that massive number, divide it by 25 years and divide it by 12 months. See, I probably have lost you. We're still going to go through a whole retirement planning live. But for this one, I want you to ask yourself, how much would be comfortable for me to come in every single month when I decide to stop working? So whether you're going to retire at 65 or at 55 or at 50 or at 40, I don't know, whatever you decide, how much though would be enough for you to retire comfortably? You know that you're receiving this amount of money per month without having to lift a finger to work. If you do have a business, that's amazing. If you do have a side hustle going on, that's amazing. But if you had to decide that this month, I don't want to do anything with my business, but there's going to be money flowing in from your investments, from your retirement, how much would be enough for you monthly? Write it down. Write down that figure. And you can even put under that figure why. So it's because your mortgage will be paid off, so you're not really going to have a mortgage. Your debt is going to be paid off. Don't retire while you have debt, by the way. That's going to be just a recipe for disaster. So when you retire, make sure you don't have any debt and you're just paying what rates, electricity, food, Netflix, just funding your lifestyle, traveling here and there, like how much would be enough? And the last question is, what is wealth to you? What is wealth to me? Is it health? Which, yes, it is. Because you can have as much money as you want. If you're not healthy, what's the point? Like, how are you going to enjoy this? If you're in bed all day because, you have really bad arthritis and you can't walk, you can't really enjoy your money. But yes, your money will get you like a helper and, things like that. But that's not the goal. The goal is to really enjoy your money. And how you do that is by being healthy. So actually, the goal is not money. The goal is the feeling, the health, the value. So what is wealth to you? Looking at your current life right now in this season, what would be your definition of wealth right now? And maybe it is to be financially free. And maybe it is to be debt free and not have to worry about, oh gosh, when payday comes, I have to do this and do that. Maybe it is getting out of paycheck to paycheck. Maybe it is 4 streams of income, whatever it is. But write it down. It is a personal thing. It's personal finance for a reason. It is personal to you. Don't just say millions, because I'm going to make an example shortly about the focus on just money, how that is not going to help you achieve wealth. Okay, so there's 3 steps to financial freedom. These are the steps that I said I'm going to touch on. And number 1 over there, as you can see, is to save money. So saving money alone, though, is not enough. But in your budget, you need to have a savings. So what goes into savings? We've got your emergency fund, we've got your sinking fund. So emergency fund is for things that are not expected, that happen, that require money, that cost you, that make you end up getting debt or using a credit card because you didn't plan for this. That's what an emergency fund is for. So you need to make sure that you have that saved. I always recommend having your current income saved 1 month ahead, and then obviously building up from there 2 months, 3 months ahead. So if your income is 20,000 Rand, so if you have 20,000 saved, that means in your emergency fund, you're 1 month ahead of income. And then if you have 60,000 saved, you are now 3 months ahead. And that's the goal. Okay, so save money is one of the first steps of towards financial freedom. Second one is to invest money. Why investing? Investing is going to help your money keep up with inflation. So what happens is the cost of living is increasing and increasing and increasing, but your income is not, which means you're running the risk of getting poorer in the future. So your money needs to make money without you having to do any work. That's a very smart way of living. And that way, your money is making money and keeping up with the cost of living. So that when you retire, you are wanting to retire with 6 million, for example, you don't need to save 6 million. You don't need to save up to 6 million or make 6 million. I mean, if you can have a business that makes 6 million, that's good. But you need to invest so that your money will use the power of compounding interest to get you to 6 million. So you probably would have invested 500,000 in your lifetime, but the 500,000 is compounded to 6 million. And that is possible, by the way. So that's the second step to financial freedom. So let me dive a little bit more into investing. What does investing look like? It's your retirement planning, it's your life insurance, it's your 5-year endowment. So basically, putting money away for 5 years that will mature after 5 years, so you don't touch it, but it's in a very aggressive portfolio and it's working for you. It's making babies. So it's growing money. So it's saving money for education. If you have children, if you yourself still wanting to study in the future, you want to make sure you have invested for that. But also you want to invest for big purchases like a house, like a business, a big car. Those kind of purchases, you don't want to just use your own cash. You want to have your money work for you to make enough money for you to be able to buy this big purchase. And then that is a smart way of using your money. And lastly, it's to earn more. Now, this one is very tricky because if you feel like, oh gosh, Norma, I don't know where to start with a business, the hardest thing to do is ask for a pay rise at work. So asking for a pay rise also means working harder. Asking for a promotion means more responsibilities. That's not what I want. I don't want to work harder. I don't want to have more on my plate. So I knew that side hustles were for me. I knew that I needed to make more streams of income with what I love to do. So I didn't want to just have a side hustle. Like, for example, I would have never been able to just sell Herbalife. Not there's anything against it, there's nothing against it, but I'm not passionate about it, which means I wouldn't be consistent. Do you know what I mean? So I really, really wanted to do what I love on the side so that I cannot give up, even if I'm not making a single cent out of it, because I have a mindset that, okay, one day in the future, even if it takes me 5 years, 6 years, it will be fruitful, but I will not stop being consistent because I actually love what I do. And I'm so glad I did, because I posted YouTube videos consistently every Saturday. Even though I was working a very challenging full-time job, I juggled full-time job plus making cash envelopes and all of these things. I'm sure if you've been watching me for a very long time, or you go back to my YouTube videos before YouTube monetized, before I got 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours, I was posting consistently because I enjoyed what I was talking about. And now I am able to have an amazing membership, get paid on YouTube, become a financial advisor, all of these things because of the seeds that I planted through what I love to do. It wasn't just any side hustle. I wasn't promoting someone else's company. I was literally growing my brand, Nomazdiary. I was basically just trying to take you along my diary. Yeah, like me just trying to manage my money. I started off trying to lose weight after I gave birth to Skylar. So that's when I started my YouTube channel. And then I fell in love with the cash stuffing method. And then I started sharing that while I was still in New Zealand. You'll see those videos on YouTube. Gosh, it's so cringe. I didn't have a proper mic. I didn't have a proper camera. I was recording with my phone and the audio is bad, but I just kept going. So for me, side hustles were for me. So you can either ask for a pay rise, apply for a promotion, change jobs that will pay you more. That is going to be a bit difficult, but it's also going to be worth it when it does come through. Or you can find a side hustle. I recommend building a brand and actually building your own business, your own company, working hard for you, not really for other people, just because that is going to free you. And obviously, if you want to learn more how to build a brand, if you're in the membership, I have the Build a Brand blueprints available for you to go through. Or affiliate marketing, that's when you are sharing a platform that you are using as well, or sharing a link of something that you have purchased as well that you believe in, and someone else buys it using your link, and then you make a commission from that. So the more you share, the more money you make without you having to do the work. So affiliate marketing, affiliate program, I have made money from it through my Shopify link. What else have I promoted with affiliate? No, I haven't anything else, just Shopify. And then obviously dividends. So if you have an investment, which was the second way to take a step into financial freedom, is investing. And if you have invested and if you've put your money in dividend paying stocks, then you would be able to earn more with dividends, maybe every quarter. I know some companies pay out every 6 months. But you can also set it up yourself. Like I have clients that have invested with me, and what they've done is they have set it up in a way that when they, every quarter, whatever their money has grown by, they wanted to get paid out as an income. So I have a client who gets money in March, gets money in June, gets money, now that we're going to go to end of September and then December. So every quarter, whatever the money has grown by, so if it's grown by 8,000, it's going to get paid out to her. If it has grown by 20, it's going to get paid out to her. And then the money that she has put in, that lump sum that she has put in, which is 500,000 Rand, it's just going to sit there and keep making money for her that she will receive every quarter for I don't know how long. So that's another way. So that's step 3. So 3 steps: save money, invest money, and earn more money. Okay. Now I want to talk about why I said earlier that money alone is actually not the goal, because money without a goal is useless. So if you just have money and you actually cannot use it, what is the point? What's the point? If you just have money and you don't have health, like a good health, you cannot. I remember like telling my husband during COVID, when COVID was really hectic, like when people were like really dying. Remember those times, the first 21 days, and it was really bad. And I told my husband that, hey, the richest person right now, which at that time was Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, and now it is Elon Musk. But at that time, I was like, if Jeff Bezos right now had to get sick with COVID and like die, his billions cannot buy my health. Like, his money will not buy your health. So you are still going to live long, have a healthy, long life with your children and your family. And he has all this money, but what's the point if you are not healthy? Do you see what I mean? Do you see where I'm going with this? So the goal is not to look at money. And that's why the Bible verse says, the love of money is the root of all evil. Because if you just focus on money and loving money, first of all, you worship it, which means you are able to do things that are horrible to make money. You are greedy. You're going to treat people like dirt because you want them to be your slaves, and you want to make so much money from them. You are even going to kill because of money. But also, you never have enough. Like if you just love money, when you get money, you're always thinking, I need more, I need more, I need more. Do you know what I mean? So we need to focus on what money does for us, the value, the feeling, the freedom that we get from money. So when we are praying, we're not praying for more money. Excuse me, I was drinking water. When we are praying, we're not praying for more money. We are praying for a specific feeling. We are praying for a specific value. So for example, I could want a new car because we travel so much to Eastern Cape, and it's got gravel road there. It's not really good for my small little Suzuki Swift. So I'm not going to say, God, please could I have money? Please could I have money? I want to get a new car. God, please can I have money? No, I'm going to pray for safety, for a safe car, for a bigger car with, big wheels, this size. Like I'm going to be very specific on what the safety, that this is what I'm actually looking for safety. I want to travel with my family and feel safe in this car. So that's just a small example of how to focus on what value does the money bring you, not just the money. Money is just paper. It's just paper that is printed. It is only valuable when it has a purpose. So if we have 10,000 Rand lying around, as you can see over there, with no plan, it will slowly lose its value because obviously of inflation and things that are happening in life, or you can end up wasting it because it had no purpose. But when you give it like a goal, when you give it a reason, when you give it the feeling of what this 10,000 is going to do, that's when it is more valuable. Like this 10,000 is going to pay off my credit card debt. I'm going to invest this 10,000, and I know that if the stock market does well at a 10% yearly increase, this is how much I will have in the next 5 years from just this 10,000. I want to use it to travel with my family. I want to give back to my community or my church. I want to build a business with this 10,000. Like it actually has a purpose. It's a tool that serves you. Money is the servant. It is not your master. Stop treating it like God. Stop worshiping money. And I know you unintentionally worshiping it, but it's not your goal. It's not what you want to do, but it's just the focus right now because you need the money. But when you worry so much about money, you're fearing money more than you're fearing God. You're not looking at who is the one that gives you the power to create wealth. You are looking at just money as, I need you, I'll do anything for you. But actually, the one who created us in his image has given us the power to create wealth. So we must pray to know what is our power and how can I use my power. My power could be communication. I could be really good at communicating, and then I will get people who will, make me money. Your power could be writing. You could write really good books, really good songs, really good poetry. We need to find what is the power, what is the seed that God has planted in me. Because remember, we are placed in a garden, because a garden, that's where trees are planted that produce fruits, and fruits have seed in them so that you can replant them and produce more fruits, produce more trees to produce more fruits. And that's how we were created as well. God made creation, God made creatures, and then God made creators. So that is us. So we have the power to create wealth, but God has given us that power, and we must stop giving that power to money. Money has no power unless you give it a direction. You must be the one to give it a direction. If you don't, then it will tell you what you need to do with it. And that's when you're going to find yourself spending impulsively, lifestyle will be creeping up to you. You'll be in debt because you just want to spend. Like you've not given it a purpose, basically. And you are getting validation from really short-term things, really pleasures of the earth, I guess. I also made an example of over there that if you had to have money and you are driving and you need petrol, what is money going to do for you? Money will get you petrol. But if there's no petrol station, what is the point of this money? You don't really need the money. You actually need the petrol so that you can get home safely. So you are willing to use your money for the value. Money is only a tool, but the goal is just to receive that value that will help you live a life that is free, that is fulfilling. I also quoted Ecclesiastes 5 over there. Whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. Chasing money alone is empty, but money with a purpose is fulfilling. So you don't want to love money. You don't want to do that, because that's when you never, ever feel like you have enough. These are the 3 F's that we kind of want to focus on. We are all seeking. You don't want to focus on money. You want to focus on being fulfilled. You want to focus on having fun, not being stressed, having fun. You want to focus on being flexible and not being limited and being stuck and being forced to do something because you need money. Money allows you to enjoy your life without feeling guilty. You get to travel and do the hobbies that you love, spend more quality time with your family, make more memories with your family. And, that's the fun. Yes, you have the money, but money without the traveling, the hobbies, what's the point? The goal is the fun. The goal is that, to afford that lifestyle for you and your family. You want fulfillment, using money to serve your purpose, to invest in others, to invest in yourself, to build a legacy, so that your children don't have to start from scratch like how we have. We have started from scratch. If I want a car, I have to get a car installment and be in debt for the next 6 years or whatever. You don't want your children to go through that. You want to build those legacies for them, start those tax-free savings or endowments, or buy those properties or whatever it is. So it's not just about money. It's about what you can build from money, that wealth, that fulfillment. Money gives you that freedom to say yes to what aligns with your value and say no to what doesn't. I always think to myself, a lot of, girls that are sleeping with men for money, men that are sleeping with women for money, those kind of work or horrible things, jobs that they are doing, it's because they need money. Like, it's not because this is what they love to do. It's not because this is what fulfills them. It's because they feel like they don't have a choice. Like, I can't say no because I need this. You want to be able to have a choice. Another example is retiring at 65. I don't want that. I don't know if you want that. And if you want to retire at 55, at 50 or whatever, you want to be able to have a choice that, you know what, I'm done working for someone else. And it's not going to be, oh gosh, everything's going to hit the fan now. Bills are not going to be paid. No, it's not going to be like that, because you have enough in your portfolio to pay you that income that we spoke about, your retirement. So that is the flexibility that money also gives you. Sorry, my phone is connected to my mic. Hope you guys can still hear me. No. Yes, okay, perfect. So having that vision, knowing exactly what is your dream life, what does financial freedom mean to me, what is it that I want to achieve, what is wealth to me, what is a fun way that I would live my life if I had to have enough money, if I could afford everything. What would fulfill me right now? Is it working from home? Is it traveling to see family? Is it traveling with family? Whatever it is, like, what is it that I need? And once you have that vision, it helps you have more discipline When you know and you have a really big, strong why, like I need this so that I can buy a home for my family, for my kids, so that I can get them out of this horrible area that we live in and I can put them in a more safer area, or whatever it is. When you have a really strong why, a really like I'm trying to like find a word that's just gonna make you get it, like a really vivid vision of why this is important to me, why this is the life I want to live. This life is my dream. When you know why, you will be more disciplined. And again, you'll say no to what does not align with you. And you will say yes to what aligns with you, even if it's difficult. And that's what I love about discipline. When you have a vision, when you know your why, you have discipline. That me as self-employed, you probably think, oh gosh, Noma, I love your life. You probably just wake up whenever you want to and have your coffee whenever you want to, whatever. Not really. Sometimes I really don't feel like doing anything. I'm really not in the mood, but I get up and do it anyways because of discipline. But what creates discipline? What births discipline? It's having a strong why. What births a stronger why? It's knowing my 3 Fs. So what is my fun life for me and my family? What fulfills me and my family? How can we be flexible and have that freedom of choice? So all of that, I need to have an understanding of that feeling. And yeah, it's only really important if you know exactly what is it that you want. Know exactly what is it that you want. So let's look at calculating your net worth. So your assets, if you have your notebook, write down all of this. How much you have in your bank account right now, that is yours. How much cash do you have in hand? Because obviously we have cash, some of us as well. How much investments do you have? Like how much is it? What's the value of your property? So whether it's a land or whatever. So the value of your car, market value. And if you have a business, what's its value? In any other valuables like jewelry, furniture, art, the Louis Vuitton bag, all of that. So what are assets? Assets is what is putting money in your pocket. And then let's calculate our liabilities. So what is taking money out of our pockets? So what do we owe to other people? So what are your liabilities? List it down. How much do you owe in your credit cards, your car loan, personal loan, home loan? And I know you're probably like, okay, Norma, you said asset is a home, but how much do you owe the bank? Full stop. Like, if you owe the bank, how much is that? And then if you don't owe the bank, if it's all paid off, then it's an asset. It's what you own. It's what you can sell and make money from. It's what you can rent out and make money from. But liabilities, you have a tenant probably in there, but you're not really making money from it. I mean, maybe you're making a little bit, but not really. Property investment is another monster on its own. Let me just briefly explain it, and maybe I can do another live on this. Let me write it down. When you buy a property through the bank, and let's say, for example, it costed you 1 million. That's just an example. And you bought it because you want to do property investing. So you want to have tenants and it pays itself off. That's the fancy thing, that people talk about without actually being honest. So when you buy a property and it's like 1 million, so you borrow the 1 million from the bank, and you owe the bank now 1 million and some change because there's interest that goes in there. And let's say, for example, the bond is 8,000 a month for the next, I don't know, 15 years or whatever. And then you get tenants, and the tenants, they're going to rent for like, let's say 12,000 a month. So technically, out of the 8,000, 4,000 is like profit, right? Not really, because, okay, let's say the tenants pay for their own electricity, but then there's also rates and levies. I don't know how much is that. Let's say, for example, that is 2,000. Let's say it's 2,000. Those are rates and levies. So technically, the house is costing you 10,000 a month, right? And let's say that 2,000 is now your profit, okay? But then there's also a property insurance, so a house insurance. So let's say the house insurance, what is it, like 500 Rand a month, or maybe more, depending on the property. So let's work on 500 Rand. That means you have what, 1,500 Rand. That is, like your money. But if you're also not in an estate where there's security, you might have to get the ADT, the blue, the actual security company to make sure the house is safe, because we live in South Africa. I don't know how much is that. So there's a lot of costs and maintenance and all of that people do not talk about, and you end up not making any money. You actually end up in a loss. Now let's pretend you are making at least 1,000 a month, and when you make 1 million back, so out of that 1,000 a month, when you make 1 million back from this property, in a business mindset, as like a business owner, you would have now broke even. I don't know how long would that take you to make 1 million back from this property. And so let's say you pay it off in 20 years or 15 years or however long it's going to take you. Then you're going to keep renting it out. That means now you don't actually have the bond that you're paying the bank. So you're making more now every month, but you're only going to break even once you have made 1 million back. That's when you actually are now breaking even. And anything you make after that, that is now accumulating wealth. That is profit. That is how a business works. I hope that makes sense. So property investment is for your children's children. That's the legacy you are building for them, because when they are born, there's just going to be a property that they don't have to even fund, that will be available for them to make an income from tenants that are living in there. They're probably going to take care of maintenance, rates, levies, and that's it. But everything else they make, it is profit. They didn't put any down payments. They didn't have to sort out anything. It is a legacy that grandma left, or grandparents. So that's a bit of a, yeah. There's also, when you pass away, the executive fees and all of that. So it's quite deep. And hopefully, I think it's something we can it's probably a video I can make on YouTube. I don't know. Student loans, that's another liability. Do you owe any student loans? Store accounts. any outstanding bills that you have. So basically, I want you to put this together. I want you to take what you owe, put it on the side, take what you own, put it on the side, and then go, okay, this is what I own, subtract what I owe, and whatever I have, that is my net worth. For example, over there, as you can see, I've made a simple example. Your assets could be bank savings of 10,000 Rand, the car value of 80,000 Rand. Your pension fund is sitting at 40,000 Rand. That means your total assets are 130,000. And then your liabilities could be your car loan, 30,000 Rand, credit card debt of 5,000, personal loan, 10,000. So your liabilities are 45,000 Rand. So now if you take what you own of 130,000 minus what you owe of 45,000, your net worth is 85,000. And let's say, for example, you want to be worth 1 million. Now you know this is what I need to be tracking every single quarter, every 6 months, every year. And I want to get to 1 million. And that's the definition of wealth. When you are owing less and owning more. I want you to focus on that. I don't want you to focus on the handbags. I don't want you to focus on the cars. I don't want you to focus on the trips or whatever. It's just part of life. We're going to buy something nice for ourselves. We're going to travel when we can. It's part of financial freedom. But wealth, I want you to grow your net worth. So grow your wealth through net worth. Focus on your net worth and it will change the game for you because you will automatically want to pay off debt. Automatically, you just want to get rid of debt because you want your net worth to grow. So why tracking your net worth is also very important. It shows the real financial position that you are sitting in right now. Because you could be seeing people with these bags, these cars, this luxury lifestyle on Instagram, but their net worth could be on minus. So actually, their bags and shoes and cars are not showing the real financial position. But to someone else who actually doesn't think, let me track net worth, is looking at them and feeling like, I need a life like this. And then you start using credit cards and living above your means to try and keep up with what you're seeing on Instagram. But what you're doing is you are putting yourself on a very bad net worth, which in the long run, when you're older, when you're more mature, when people who are your age, at that age, are now living a life of freedom, you look back and be like, why did I even buy those shoes? And it also helps you track progress over time. Track your progress through net worth. Don't track your progress through handbags and all of this. Track your progress through your net worth. It encourages better money decisions. As I made an example that it's going to make you want to pay off your debt. Like, I want to get rid of as much debt so that I can increase what I own. I can increase my assets. I can increase my pension fund. I can increase my investments and decrease what I owe. And then my net worth is looking so healthy. And also the last point is that it's very important for retirement and wealth planning. So when you do wealth planning, when you do wealth planning with me, I have to look at your budget and tell you what is going to prevent you from growing your wealth, what is going to prevent you from retiring at this age by looking just at your budget. Oh, you're spending too much in debt, you're spending too much in this, let's tackle this. When is your next bonus? Let's focus on this, and then next year on your next bonus we are focusing on this. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have a strategy in place. We are planning for successful future in your wealth, in your finances. You'll retire comfortably. All right, so now our one of my favorite parts, our second to last section of today is your dream life. This is what I want you to do. Grab a notebook, and open a blank double page like this. Blank double pages. I want you to write today's date. So the 29th of August. I'm going to do it together with you. This is a 30-day challenge. So starting today, or you can start 1st of September because September has 30 days. I want you to do this. So you've opened your notebook and you write 29th of August 2025 on top. And then I want you to write my dream life, but your name. So for example, I'm going to go Norma's dream life. Norma's dream life. These are the questions I want you to answer, but you don't have to do it now. You can do it after the session so that you can get more time to just really like meditate on this and focus on your dream life, not on what you saw your friend doing, not on what you saw someone you follow on Instagram doing, not on what you saw what do you want? So question number 1, what does my dream life look like? What does my dream life look like? So you're going to start by saying, my dream life. And this is how Nomazdiary was birthed. Hey, I used to write in diary. You know the Dear Diary? I used to write in diaries like a lot. I've got a lot of journals. I've got 2 of my very old journals with me here right now. This one is my prayer journal. It's written, pray more, worry less. This one is called The Abundant Life. These are both created by me because I couldn't find journals that I wanted. This one I just bought from where did I buy this one from? Like CNA? Remember there was a CNA, guys? Yeah, I think CNA. And this was 2020. And it's written, she is clothed with strength and dignity. These are my old journals. I brought them for today's session. And I'm going to show you some pages inside of them. But I used to go, Dear Diary or Dear God or Dear, actually write it down. So I want you to write, my dream life is da 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 da. What does your dream life look like? Where do you live? How much do you earn? How much do you give? How do you look like? Do you have children? What's your view? When you wake up in the morning, what's the view? Like, what car do you drive? And don't be like greedy and hectic. Like, just really dream. Paint a picture. God created this earth. He was very specific and he spoke. Let there be light. Let the ocean bring forward the fish. Like he just really created and such a beautiful design. The trees, beautifully green, everything. Like he was so detailed. Then, the creatures. And then when he created us, he said, let us make man in our image. And he breathed life into you to create. We are the only thing that God created that can speak, that can create, that can communicate with words. We are the only one that can. And it's for a reason, so that we can use our words to create our life. Your words matter. Your words are important. So this is why this challenge will change everything for you. And I'm going to show you how it changed everything for me. You probably don't believe me, but like I said on the previous live, I'm an only child. I did not grow up wealthy. I did not have a large network. My first job was overseas. Like when I completed my matric, I got accepted at University of Zululand at the age of 17. I've never been to Zululand. Where on earth in Zululand? I was so confused. And my mom was like, oh, it's by Richards Bay. I was like, where's that? So I went there. I didn't know a single soul. After I finished my degree, whoop, all the way to New Zealand. I didn't know a single soul. And I came back 2020 February, to get married in March. The 21-day lockdown happened. We were never able to leave after that because we didn't want to vaccinate Scala, and it was just all hectic, and we didn't want to quarantine. And so we stayed. And I am shocked that I have 11,000 subscribers and 50,000 followers on Instagram and 150,000 followers on TikTok and all of that, because I didn't know a lot of people. So don't ever doubt the power that God has given you to create wealth. So you think when God gave you that power to create wealth, he was just like playing, like he was teasing you, like he was lying. He was making it up. It was like he's honest, real. All you need is faith. But because he created us in his image, and when he created, he spoke, we also need to use our words to create. And I don't mean you creating out of nothing. We're not going to create out of nothing, because everything is already created anyways, that God has already created. So we are creating from what God has created, but we are using our words to plant seeds. So I want you to write down on your journal today, 29th of August, 2025, your name, dream life. So Norma's dream life. Or let's see, who else is here? So Norma's dream life, Busisiwe's dream life, Lerato's dream life, Yacolene's dream life, Charlene's dream life, Ronaldo's dream life, like Nontogo's dream life. Write down your name and dream life, and then my dream life is, this is where I live. I work from home. I'm married to the love of my life, who is loyal, who is handsome, who loves me. I am fit. I have healthy habits. These are my children. This is what I love to eat. This is how much I earn. This is how much I give to church. I go to church every Sunday. I love my church. The community is healthy and amazing. At work, it is drama-free. I enjoy going to work every day. Whatever it is, really paint a picture of what would be a dream life for you. And not to say there's not going to be any problems or any troubles, but just like Daniel and King Nebuchadnezzar threw, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire, God was there with them. So it's not like there will be no fires, there'll be no trouble, there'll be no lions' dens, there'll be no Egyptians chasing after you, the enemy trying to come for you. It's not that. But God will be there with you. And if you are focusing on God, God will make a way. God will get you out of the fire. Actually, in the book of Daniel, I don't know why I'm laughing at that part, but the people who threw the 3 men in the fire, in the blazing fire, they died because of how hot, like the fumes, the flames were so hot that it killed them. But then the 3 men of God came out not even smelling like fire. So there will be troubles. There will be fires and enemies trying to throw you in the fire, or will throw you in the fire. But don't doubt the power of God. There will be enemies trying to chase you, but God will open the Red Sea for you. So don't doubt God. Write what's in your mind, that God has placed in your mind as your dream life, and trust and believe that this is what God has put in my mind, and this is the life that God wants me to have. Because God wants us to have a life of freedom. God wants us to have a life that is prosperous. God wants us to help others. How are you supposed to help others? How are you supposed to give to a church in anywhere if you don't have yourself? Like, it defeats the whole purpose. If everyone is in like lack, if everyone is struggling. But everyone is struggling because they're focusing on money. They're not focusing on the value that money would give them, on the life, the dream life that money would give them. No, they're focusing on money, and then you worship money, which is completely like defeats everything. Because if you're focusing on money, then you'll just get a job, and you won't do anything to keep that job, even if it doesn't make you happy. But because I know I'm going to get paid. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how dreaming has come true for me. Gosh, I can't believe I'm sharing all these things, eh? As you can see, I put some dates there. I didn't put the dates on my dream wedding one, but I did my dream wedding journaling, the one I wrote in red, 2019. That was even before KB proposed. My husband proposed in January 2020. Then we were in New Zealand, so he bought me a ring and all of that. But then, obviously, because of our culture, we had to come here to Lobola. And yeah, we got stuck. It was all for a purpose. God had a better plan, and it's perfectly fine. Obviously, I do miss New Zealand. We had really built a life there. I gave birth to Skylar there. So she's a little Kiwi. And I don't know if we'll ever go back. Maybe we will. But I can see that God brought me here for a purpose. And I feel like I'm living in my purpose. So there's no regrets at all. But there, I dreamt my wedding. This was 2019, before KB even proposed. I wrote there, I want a diamond white gold ring. A white gold ring. Gosh, ring. A satin white dress with a veil. A garden ceremony. A whole reception with only people who care about me. Thank you for COVID, because our wedding only had 50 people, and it's people who cared about me. Rose gold and white theme, a dance floor, a 3-tier cake, soul food buffet, and 90s music. Well, I wanted a DJ who's going to play like 90s music. Go and watch my wedding on YouTube. It's literally this. The only thing different is the dress. It wasn't a satin dress, but it was a straight dress. It wasn't like the Barbie. I didn't want. It was just a straight dress, like a simple dress, with some like lace on here. My mother-in-law actually made it for me. And yeah, you already know my ring. Yeah, go and see. It was a garden ceremony. It was beautiful. My bridesmaids wore rose gold dresses. The reception was inside in a hall with like 50 people. I was 50, so 49 people. A nice dance floor. I don't think the food is in the video, but it was like this, a soul food. Like, it was like a big braai, basically, like a spit braai, lamb on the spit. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, so you can check that out on YouTube to see that. I wrote that in 2019. The one above that, I wrote that in 2020, where I was praying for a stable job. I was praying for a stable job for my fiance because he had already proposed. I was praying for 500 subscribers on YouTube. 500 subscribers on YouTube. Now I'm on what, 11,500 Rand? I just wanted 500. I was praying for Skylar to start daycare. We didn't have jobs, so we just came back. Our jobs were in New Zealand. We are now in quarantine. Everything is just hectic. My husband is a chef, so the tourism industry is got a really big knock. I don't know, God, what you have planned for us, but I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to have that faith that you have a plan. And I was praying for my business to grow. And at that time, I didn't even have 500 subscribers. I didn't even have a business. Like, I just put it out there. Like, God, I want to do this and I want it to grow. And then in July, that long one, I was really praying for the Suzuki Swift. I've always loved it. I test drove a Suzuki Swift in New Zealand, and I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this car because I really liked it. And then, I came back and I felt a little bit defeated because now we're living off our savings, and, during quarantine, Scala was so little, nappies and all of that. But then I just didn't want to give up on what I wanted, on what God has placed in my mind. I dreamt of driving a Suzuki, a brand new Suzuki Swift, and I like white one. And look what I wrote over there. I feel so safe in my new Suzuki Swift car. I'm so thankful for my car. I'm so happy I have money to pay for my car. Like all of this. And literally I got the car. I got the car 2021. 2021, I got the car and I got a brand new car. See, at the bottom there, it's like, thank you, God, for my brand new car that I prayed for. And people were telling me to get a secondhand car because it's cheaper. At the time, I wasn't even working. But I don't know. That's what I could see in my head. So God, you know what? This is what I want. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to write down exactly what you see in your head and like write the feeling. Like, look over here. I'm like, my car makes me feel so safe and amazing. Thank you, Jesus, for providing with such a beautiful, safe, smooth car. I'm so obsessed with my white Suzuki Swift. It's my best car ever. And also I wrote here that my new Suzuki Swift is so smooth and safe, and I save a lot on petrol. And my full tank is 600 Rand. It gets me to Eastern Cape and halfway back. Let me turn off these sounds. Sorry, guys. Saves me so much petrol. You've seen my budget, so I don't spend too much on petrol. This is another one. This one I wrote 2021. This I was already working. My husband was not working though. And 2021, thank you, God, for you. My YouTube channel has reached over 1,000 subscribers. So I'm guessing I had already reached the 500 that I wrote in 2020. And in 2021, February, I'm praying for 1,000 subscribers. I'm so thankful my YouTube channel has reached over 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy my brand is growing so much. That way, I'm not even at 1,000 subscribers, and I'm already saying I'm so happy my brand is growing so much. That's what I mean. Like, that's a feeling I want. I want to be so happy. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing a lot of amazing people to support my brand, which is you guys. I'm so thankful to God for the huge growth of my business. Like, huge growth. That imagine, like, that confidence that I have that God can do it. So I'm so thankful to God for that huge growth. I love how my YouTube subscribers are so supportive and loving of me. I'm so happy all my customers love my journals and rated 5-star. I had not released a single journal at that time. I had not released a single journal at that time. You can go check on my YouTube when I launched those blue journals. It was the end of 2021. And they sold out. Thank you, Jesus, that all my customers have come back to buy more. I'm so thankful for my YouTube channel. It has grown so much. Yay. Thank you, Lord. My channel has hit over 1,000. I love my YouTube subscribers and they love me so much. And that's you guys. Look at this. Like, I think this was like a week later where I was journaling again. I'm so thankful to get paid 20,000 a month. So I wasn't even getting 20,000 a month. Goodness me. I'm so happy to earn enough money to take care of my family. This is when KB was not working as a chef. He was struggling to get a job. He started working September of 2021. I'm so happy I can afford all my needs and wants. So at that time, I was the only one producing income at the household. I was making 13,000 a month, and I just wanted 20 so that I can support us. Scarlett was still on nappies, and we were trying to wean her off. And obviously, as a man, the ego is hectic. When I'm the one who's providing, I'm the one doing everything, I'm the one getting up and going to work every single day, he felt guilty. So I just wanted to have enough to provide, and so he won't see me struggle and then feel more bad. Okay, yeah, this is the last one. This is the last one. So this one, I wrote it in 2020. What is this? December, 6th of December, 2020. Dream big and don't hold back. I was trying to program myself to dream big because I struggled with dreaming big. Like, for example, I was praying for 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. Why was I not praying for 100,000? So now I need to tap into that. Excuse me. I need to tap into that, because God can. And I'm going to start focusing on really big dreams again. So I just wrote what I want you to do now. I envision my life at 32 to be fun, to be beautiful, and to align with my life aspirations. I dream of becoming a successful business owner of my brand, Nomazdiary. I dream to instill positive influence in people's lives all over the world on my YouTube platform. I dream to have grown my channel to over 10,000 subscribers, which I have. Wow. And to make an income of $10,000 from my business. I'm healthy and active, and I have a fit and healthy looking body. I'm traveling around the world to inspire a lot of women. Oh, wow. Women. I didn't know that I wrote that one. Around the world, especially young business owners. Okay, yes, you see, crazy. Around November, I am launching a program for content creators who want to make money from more than just creating content and brand work, but like digital products. And I'm sure you've been hearing me talk more about it now, because this week alone I made 4.9, I think. I'm going to share it somewhere on Instagram. I'm attracting positive people around my personal and work space, and I'm always in a peaceful environment. I'm happily married to my husband. I wasn't married at that time. Well, we did do the lobola and the signing, but you know what I mean? Like, we haven't had a wedding and a traditional wedding. My husband KB, and we've grown our family, and I would love to be even more happy and joyful at home on a daily basis. Okay, that's still good. I'm so thankful KB and I are managing a business together. Guys, I am shocked. So last year, September, I managed to kind of retire KB. He's now my personal assistant, and as a financial advisor, I meet with the clients. I go through the meeting summaries, and then there's some really extensive paperwork that needs to be done. So he helps me, and we manage that together, which is so successful in bringing positivity in people's lives, building their investments, their retirements and stuff. We're managing it together. I'm so shocked. So shocked I wrote that. I actually need to show KB. I'm so happy I own my time and I get to have quality time with Skylar, my other children, and KB. Okay, I wrote my other children because I wasn't sure if God will give us more children, but I do still want at least another one for Skylar. Shame, she needs a friend. We travel as a family and we have our pizzas on a Friday. Yes, today we're having pizza. Barbecue Sundays as a family tradition. Who? I wrote that. I need to tell KB. My home base is our clean, minimal estate house at Kindlewood Estate in Umhlanga Rocks. Okay. We don't live at Kindlewood Estate, because I just didn't like something about it when I went there. But we do live in Mhlanga, and it is a minimal house, like it's very minimal. But it's not the Kindlewood. But I was so specific. You see what I mean? I'm so specific. Like, this is how the house looked. It has a green roof. You know, it is a house blessed by God, which makes us feel blessed, at peace, abundant, and loving and joyful as a family. I am so grateful. That's how I want you to write your story. And let me tell you now, that is happening. I am shocked. I am shocked. I am shocked, actually. I did not read that. Like, I didn't read that. I just took pictures and I uploaded it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to read it. And I wanted to react like this in front of you guys. And I'm actually shocked. I cannot believe it. I'm so excited to write this one now. Yeah, my dream life is, but here I wrote like an age. And maybe because I felt like in 2020, when I was 28, that I wouldn't achieve this at 29 or 30. So I just pushed it to like in the next 4 years. Yeah. So today's Bible lesson that I want us to go through is a very famous Bible verse that we all know, John 1:1. We all know this one, John 1:1-4. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. A lot of people get confused like that. What does that mean? So in the beginning was the Word. You remember what I said about your words? Your words matter. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. Your words create. But let's carry on. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that had been made. So God created everything. And we are creating from what God has created. We're not creating from nothing. We are creating from what God has created. But it doesn't mean I'm just going to sit here and say all the good things and then, oh, look, my car's here. My life is. It doesn't mean that. I'm going to tell you what it means in the next slide. Number 4, in him was life, and the life was the light of men and women. But, they always say men because the first man that was brought into earth was Adam, so all is kind of like men, but it actually means the light for everyone. In him was life, and life was the light of all men. So the Word was a light to your life. Your words must be light to your life, to other people's life, to your children's life. Don't tear yourself down. Don't tear your children down. Don't tear your spouses down. Don't say words that are not going to produce light in their life. Okay, let's jump all the way down to 14. So it's still John 1, but 14. And the Word became flesh, became real, and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, glory as of the only begotten from the Father, full of grace and truth. The Word is your word. Are you a woman of your word? Is your word flesh? Is your word true? Is your word full with grace? Let's skip all the way to Proverbs now. Proverbs 12:14. A man, again, people, a man shall be satisfied with good by the fruits of his mouth. I'll repeat that. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth. There's more. Life and death is in the power of the. There's more that emphasizes your words matter? Are your words building or tearing down? Are they building you first? Are your words building your character? Are they building you into the best version of yourself, or are they tearing you down? Are you saying things like, oh, I'm such a loser, I'm so broke, I'm just unhappy, I'm just sad, my life sucks? Are you saying those kind of things with your words? You're using your words to tear down? Are your words blessing you, blessing people, building other people? Are they strengthening? Are they empowering words? Are they empowering other women? Or are they disempowering? And you sit with your friends and just gossip about other people and find satisfaction from their failure, from, whatever situation that person could be going through? Or are your words empowering them, praying for them, like praying for yourself, for your children? If your child is like, Mom, I'm struggling with maths, are you going to tell them off, or are you going to give it to God and tell them you are not struggling? You are brilliant. You just need a new strategy, and I'm going to help you with that. And God is also going to help you with that, and actually make them have that confidence and belief that, okay, I can do this. I have a brilliant mind. The positive words you speak do not create. So we're not going to sit here and just say, oh, I'm driving a Defender, or I'm driving a Porsche. Those are my two favorite cars. I'm not going to just sit here and say that and then boom, oh, there they are, they pop up. No. But you know what they do? The words take over the doubt that you have in your head, in your heart, around you, in your aura. That fear that, oof, what if this fails? That lack mindset that, I was born in a broke area anyways. I'm from Umlazis or whatever. I'm from Soweto or whatever. That lack mindset. Your words, they will bring you courage. They will bring you confidence, a good attitude to go after your dreams. So what it does is, in the space, in your whole space, your head, everywhere, you could be doubting yourself to whatever it is that you wrote in your dream life in the previous exercise. But the more positive words you speak, the more your word become flesh, the more your words are fruits that are good to your life. They will take over doubt, and you're going to have the courage to start that business, to post that YouTube video, to create that reel, to actually put yourself out there. And the outcome of that is money to buy that Porsche and that Defender or whatever, or to travel or whatever it is your dream is, or to relocate overseas or whatever. Because it's all possible, hey? This world belongs to God, not to these people who you see on the news. Don't even watch the news. You just talk about problems and not solutions. So scary. Like, it's me, KB, Skylar, every day in the car, taking her to school. And if I'm watching the news, I'm going to be flooded with what the taxi people are doing, and not more than one person must be in a car or whatever. I don't want those words to become the flesh in my life and to dwell among me. No. I'm watching podcasts on how to create a business. I'm watching Bible study videos. I'm watching podcasts on how to mentor and manage my membership well, so that it grows and people feel like they have just been fed all this encouragement and fruit that they just want to go after what they love. That is what I'm watching. And that's the words that are becoming flesh in my life that take over the doubt that I have, the fear that I have, the negative mindset that I have, the lack that I have. They take over them, and it makes me keep going. It makes me keep posting, makes me keep telling people about the membership without being like, I'm just unapologetic. Like, you know what? I don't care if people think I'm selling, but I'm actually providing value for women who want to be in an accountability group, in a safe space where we can grow and work with our money the way God wants us to. Because men have that. Men have always been taught as powerful as to come together and own businesses and talk about investments and talk about stocks and have these, you know, these men conferences, these sessions. And women, what must women do? Talk about what? Like, no, we are going to create our safe space to do the same thing so that we can live the lives we also enjoy if God has put it in your heart. So I want you to ask yourself, is your word a flesh? Are you a woman of your word? So for example, I could say, guys, I'm going live on Friday at 6 p.m. And if I don't show up, what was that? I'm not a woman of my word. Even when I'm being honest and say I'm going live and I am live, no one's going to show up now because, no one's a liar. You know what I mean? You have to be a woman of the word. You don't have to lie. Be honest and speak what you actually want to see. Speak what you want to see. So if there's something in your life that you don't like, stop speaking about it because you don't want to see it. Stop speaking about it. God is your therapist. Like, give it to God. Pray. But speak about what you want. Because that's going to make you excited. That's going to give you the confidence and the courage to keep going. Even though Nebuchadnezzar has thrown me in this fire, I know that God is going to give me the strength that I need to get out of this. Yay. So before we end, I want you to even write this down. My words are seeds that I'm planting. They are good seeds, so when I do eat the fruit, it is good. Your words create the tree that will produce the fruits. Now, it can be good fruits or bad fruits. It all starts from the seed that you plant. And that is it, guys. Doubt is created in the eyes. So like I said, stop watching news, stop following people that make you feel hectic and like you start feeling less than, because once you see that, you start comparing yourself, you start feeling like you're not enough. What? You mean God made you in his image for what? You are enough. You have the power to create wealth. If you don't believe me, go read Deuteronomy 8:18. God has given everyone, each and every one, the power to create wealth. But you know what's nice about God? God didn't give us the same thing. God gave us all different gifts so that we need each other. We can help each other. So I could know how to record videos, but I don't know how to edit videos. So someone will come in and edit the videos. Someone will teach me how to do thumbnails. Someone will teach me how to write descriptions and find the search engine optimization things, the hashtags or whatever. Because you can't know it all. So you need each other. So I want you to challenge yourself for the next 30 days to read your dream life. So in the morning or before bed, open your journals, whatever you wrote, whatever you're going to write, if you didn't write during the session, which was going to be a bit difficult, of course, while you're listening to me trying to write, but definitely put on a nice music, lo-fi music, or whatever it is that you enjoy listening to, a motivational thing, and just write. Brain dump. Write exactly what you want. And then 30 days, I want you to read it every morning. My dream life is to whatever. Is to work from home, is to find another job, is to earn this much income. I want you to read it out, like actually read it out. Okay, our next live, not live, gosh, sorry about that mistake over there. But our next live is on the 12th of September. So that is exciting. And that is it for the boot camp. If you, yay, I love the reactions. If you are not part of the membership and you want to still be part of these lives and stuff, please do join. We will love having you around. But if you're part of the membership, of course, there's going to be more lives. Our WhatsApp, where I send those messages that hopefully encourage you, some prayers here and there. And we have our exclusive hub, which I'm still going to build so much. If you want to build a brand, if you want to create a digital product, Bible studies, I need to upload more Exodus Bible studies. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. And also a budget course, a masterclass on debt. Everything is in our hub. Our hub. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'll see you guys on the next live. Thank you. I actually really love these reactions.